него. Он убил детей Украины. Сколько наших солдат погибло, сколько украинских, врут. Больше 300 тысяч наших солдат убили. Ему не жалко. Они крови не боятся. Они не воюют сами. Они наживаются на этой войне. Сколько появилось, скажите, пожалуйста, миллиардеров за эту войну. Он предатель нашей страны. Предатель. Путин из людей делает холопов. И вся у него нелегитимная власть. Его никто не избирал. И этих, я их считаю нелюдями. Это не люди. Ой, все, извините, ребята.
Спасибо.
Извините, пожалуйста. Правил теперь остались жены без матери без сыновей, жены без мужей, дети без отцов. Ему не жалко, он сам не воюет. Боюсь, мне уже много лет, они меня могут только убить. Хочу крикнуть, люди, мы же люди. Без людей ничего нет. Нет ничего. Нас, что мы их слушаем? Нас 140 миллионов. Неужели мы не можем встать и сказать: уходи отсюда? Падай. Все.
Леха всегда будет с нами.
Welcome back to Bulldog Audits News. Unrest in Russia. Mass arrests follow mourning for Navalny. In the wake of the tragic death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, the nation has been gripped by waves of mourning and subsequent unrest. The Kremlin regime's alleged involvement in Navalny's demise has sparked outrage among citizens, leading to widespread protests and, in turn, mass arrests across the country. The tragic incident, Navalny's murder and its aftermath. The event that catalyzed these tumultuous events was the murder of Alexei Navalny, a prominent figure in Russian politics and a fierce critic of the Kremlin. Navalny's sudden death sent shockwaves throughout the nation and beyond, with many suspecting foul play at the hands of the Russian government. Navalny was known for his outspoken criticism of corruption within the Russian political establishment, particularly targeting President Vladimir Putin and his allies. His unapologetic stance made him a symbol of resistance for many Russians who sought transparency and accountability in their government. Outpouring of grief, mourning Navalny's loss. In response to Navalny's tragic demise, citizens across Russia took to the streets to mourn his passing and express their solidarity with his cause. Spontaneous vigils and gatherings sprung up in cities and towns as people grappled with the loss of a figure they viewed as a champion for change. The atmosphere at these gatherings was one of solemnity and determination, with mourners vowing to carry on Navalny's legacy of opposition to the Kremlin regime. Signs and banners bearing Navalny's image and slogans calling for justice were prevalent, underscoring the depth of feeling among the populace. Escalation of tensions, crackdown on protesters. However, the peaceful mourning soon gave way to clashes between protesters and law enforcement authorities. As the gathering swelled in size and intensity, the Russian government moved swiftly to quell dissent, leading to a series of confrontations and arrests. Reports emerged of riot police using excessive force to disperse crowds, including the use of tear gas, rubber bullets, and batons. Scores of demonstrators were detained, their voices silenced in a bid to suppress the burgeoning opposition movement. Nationwide crackdown, the scope of arrests. The crackdown on dissent extended far beyond the major urban centers, with reports of arrests coming in from across the country. From Moscow to Vladivostok, activists, journalists, and ordinary citizens found themselves targeted by authorities for their perceived involvement in the protests. The scale of the arrests was unprecedented, drawing condemnation from international observers and human rights organizations. Many expressed alarm at the erosion of civil liberties in Russia, and called for the immediate release of those detained for exercising their right to peaceful assembly. International response calls for accountability. As news of the mass arrests reverberated around the world, governments and leaders from various countries condemned the Russian government's heavy-handed response. Calls for accountability and respect for human rights echoed in diplomatic circles, with some nations imposing sanctions on Russia in response to the crackdown. The European Union, United States, and other international bodies issued statements urging restraint and dialogue to resolve the crisis peacefully. The plight of those detained became a focal point for advocacy efforts, with activists mobilizing to pressure governments to take action on their behalf. The road ahead: uncertainty and resolve. As Russia grapples with the aftermath of Navalny's murder and the subsequent crackdown on dissent, the future remains uncertain. The resilience of the opposition movement and the determination of ordinary Russians to demand accountability from their government offer glimmers of hope amid the turmoil. However, the challenges facing those who dare to speak out against the Kremlin regime are formidable. The risk of further repression looms large, casting a shadow over the prospects for meaningful change in Russia's political landscape. In conclusion, the events following Navalny's murder have laid bare the deep-seated tensions within Russian society and the authoritarian nature of the regime in power. The mass arrests serve as a stark reminder of the lengths to which the government will go to silence dissent, but they also stand as a testament to the courage and resilience of those who continue to fight for justice and democracy in the face of adversity. Embark on an enriching adventure with Bulldog Audits News, where every piece of information is a treasure trove waiting to be explored. Your decision to join us on this historic journey is a testament to your quest for knowledge. To amplify your engagement, ensure you never miss a beat by subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you not only stay updated with the latest insights, but also become an integral part of our community. The more, the merrier. Spread the excitement further by expressing your appreciation. Hit the like button and share this valuable content across your social media landscape. Let's create waves of awareness and curiosity together. Your involvement makes the narrative richer, and we're thrilled to have you on board for what promises to be an exhilarating expedition with Bulldog Audits News. If you have any information you'd like to share with the community, please feel free to do so in the comments below.
Пресса, пресса, пресса. Я понимаю. Спасибо, пресса.
Уважаемые граждане, в данном месте мероприятия. Не нарушать общественный порядок, выполнять требования. Уважаемые граждане, просьба выполнять законные требования сотрудников полиции.
Это вы антизаконно то, что вы делаете. Свои. Обосновать. Нет, вы обоснуйте сначала. Мужчины. А свои это кто?